Okay, today we will see pseudo selectors. So let me push the code for the previous batch. Call and bind. Okay, on the desktop, merge stack, right? So let's create a new folder, day 15th, and we are going to yeah, I'm sharing the screen. You see my screen, right? Pseudo classes. Now when you talk about the pseudo classes are the selectors. Pseudo classes are the selectors that allow you to target the elements based on their state or position within the document tree. These pseudo classes are preceded by colon and can be used to apply the styles to elements in the various conditions. So here are some commonly used CSS pseudo classes. So here we can go and psd cls dot or index.html, index.html, and here app.css. I hope we have started after the gap of 5-6 days or more than that. I hope you are familiar with all these things, right? And you had practiced these things. CSS3 pseudo classes. Pseudo classes. Okay, so here I have a div or I have a paragraph. Hi, hello. Okay, hi, hello. Now what I want to do, just a minute. Yeah, got it. If I hover this cursor, the font size should be getting increased. What I wanted to do, the font size of the paragraph should be increased. If you can say, if you hover the cursor, now what do you mean by that? Let me open it. So whenever I will hover the cursor over this paragraph, it should increase the font. Can you tell me how should I do that? Just think. Say that again. Yeah, font size is okay. But where should I apply the font size? So here I can say P and font paragraph basically. Yeah, font size we can say 2em. Font size to the paragraph, some font size we have applied. HTML body. And here I can say width 100 VH, height, sorry, VW, and 100 VH. So this is the paragraph I have. Oh, CSS has not been imported, I'm sorry. Link rel CSS app.css. Refresh it. Can you see this? Now I want to select the paragraph based on the state. I wanted to select the paragraph based on what? State. Now CSS3 has given you such kind of selectors, pseudo classes are the selectors that allow you to target the elements based on their state, based on their state or the position in the documentary. Now first we are understanding the state. So this is the normal. So here this is the normal state. This is what? Normal state. But I am going to hover the cursor here. I will take cursor on this name. Hi, hello. Just take my cursor on this paragraph. The font size should be changed. And for that, selecting based on the state, P colon, can you see hover? Can you see that P colon hover? So we can increase the font size. Font size 4 EM. Let's make it double. Background color black. And only color means foreground color light blue. Now refresh it. Can you see? Background color is getting applied. Also, the font size is getting increased. So what is this is the interview type question. What is colon hover? What is colon hover? Can you tell me? So whenever you say I want to select the paragraph. Now if you have two paragraphs. Hi, hello. How are you? How are you? Okay, but I want to select only that paragraph which is hover. See. So other one won't be getting selected. Right? Am I audible or not?
Yeah.
Is it cleared?
Can you go to like the CSS?
Yes.
Then two paragraphs.
Colon.
This
Colon.
colon cover. But how? Okay, so how are you selecting the first one here?
This one. This is the by default for all paragraphs. So
Right,
this style would be getting applied by default for all paragraphs, but not this won't be getting by default for all paragraphs until paragraph is getting hover.
Okay, basically that is applicable to all, but when we need to go on that paragraph, then it will show that thing.
Correct. And only at that time it will enlarge. Background would be black and foreground would be white.
So what is this called? This is not a class.
Pseudo class.
Pseudo class over there, right?
So
Not
this
not this is like okay, paragraph or some like div or something, and then the colon thing.
yeah,
It's
see,
not like a normal class.
it starts with the colon, single colon. And here this is the element selector. So if you
Element and then colon.
yeah, this is the element selector. This can be class selector. This can be ID selector, this can be combinator, whatever it can be. But this is something new. So you can add this thing for absolutely anything. After absolutely anything. This can be class also. Dot, you can create large button. Dot large button colon hover. CSS selector, you are selecting that button which is where cursor is there presently. You got it or not?
Yes.
Okay. Similarly, can you see selects the element when the mouse pointer is over it? It is often used for creating the interacting hover effects. Now, selects the element while the button is activated or clicked, commonly used for styling the links or the buttons. Let's do this thing. Input type button. If you remember, we have seen input type button value. Okay. And let's give some ID, and we can say ID is equals to login. Now how shall I select in the CSS? Can you tell me? How should I refer this button into the CSS? Can you tell me? I want to select this button into the CSS. What shall I do?
Like,
No, I want to style this button.
oh, style this button. We can add ID or class.
Yeah, but this button already I have given ID. Then what should I do over here?
Okay. Like a pound symbol.
Which symbol?
Hash. Hash.
Hash, correct.
That
Hash
is all.
login, hash login, and then what? Give some background color. We can say caddet blue, white, color white. We can say border 1px solid black, border radius we can say 20%, width 200 pixel, height 100 or 80 pixel. Refresh it. Can you see button? Can you see border? Borders are there. 25. Let's make it 25%. Okay, height instead of this we can say 50%. Or if you make a 50% border elliptical, you will find like this. OK button. You can also make 40%. It would be like this. Now if I click on this button, I need to give some different color. Click on the button. So how do you do that? Hash login colon active. So we will have more darker color, and foreground would be white. Okay, so you will see the click effect. Can you see? So how did you created the click effect? You created this click effect by means of active pseudo selector. What you are doing here, Give me that button whose ID is login and whose state is active. What's happening over here? Give me that button whose ID is login and state is what? Active. So this is the normal. This is the darker one. See, active. You getting my point? Or sometimes you might see that whenever you click on the link, in the earlier cases link is blue, but whenever you click on the link it becomes red. Hyperlink, right? In the beginning link is blue, but whenever you click on the link becomes red. How do you do that? You can do that by means of these things. Active. Now what about focus? Focus, we will see focus also. Input type button, input type, sorry, text, and here we can say one class I will apply. Class IP, I will simply make IP. So dot IP and colon focus, colon what? Focus. Now for understanding this, let's have two classes as IP, and here I can say border 1px solid blue and box shadow. Do you remember box shadow?
Yes.
So we have seen the box shadow property. Box shadow 5 pixel, 5 pixel and hash gray. Go here, refresh it. Okay, border dot IP colon focus. So instead of this blue, let's make some orange. So we will understand that class IP focus. What's the concern? Why it is not working?
Maybe 5x instead of 5px.
Oh, I'm sorry. But border should also work. But at least border should work. Might be. Yeah. Can you see? Little border is appearing over there. Right? And let me try to do one thing. Okay, we need to override the WebKit property. Just forget about this part. We are going to see this anyways later on. But if you see on the focus, it is happening. So there is a reason why the yellow border, why there is no orange border and there is what? Which border? Blue color border. If you remember, we have studied something called as WebKit properties. Do you remember that? WebKit properties. Can you see focus means, do you understand this or not? If you see over here, focus is entering. So here is the focus, here is the no focus. And that's why this guy is getting little border or shadow. And this is not getting the shadow. But only one concern over here is that I need to change this outline also. Hello?
Yeah.
You getting my point? I need to change this outline color. So there are multiple ways are there to do this thing. So if you do something like this, outline none or outline orange, first way, and if I refresh it, can you see? But if you see this is having a little border, or if you see it is having little radius over here, but this is a squared one. You have overridden the default outline. Which property? Outline property. Can you see that? So outline is a shorthand property for, if you can see, the outline style, outline width, outline color. Only outline is a shorthand. Now, what is a shorthand property? Do you remember? When we say there is a shorthand property, this border is also shorthand property. Remember or not? Do you remember this or not? Shorthand properties.
Yes.
Instead of writing multiple properties one by one, you can combine it in one line. So border is a shorthand property for border width, border style, border color. We have seen this thing. Hello? Do you remember this or
Yes.
not?
Yep.
Okay. Same about the border shadow and the outline. So here outline property needs to be targeted, not the border. So if you remove this thing, refresh it, see, can you see what is happening here? So I have removed the border and only outline orange. See here, outline style, outline width, outline color, right? But something else is happening. See, outline is there and some else outline is coming. And if you add now border here, now technically what needs to be done, just make none, outline none, and apply the border. So technically border is getting applied. So you have said no outline. Why we have done this thing? If you remove this thing, there would be default outline. See, can you see default outline would be in this way, right? If you go here, inspect this input box, you will get to know what things are there. So deliberately I am showing you just to revise the past things. Input type text, right? And here you will see input font style, font variant, color fidget fill text, and outline RTL ordering, and there might be some WebKit related properties. And from here it is getting that a default kind of thing, this blue one. But we can change this also. There are multiple ways. One way I have talked with you, and that way is nothing but what, making an outline. Yeah, see here, border color internal light dark, border color background color is field 1. It is overriding from somewhere actually. Field text, can you see color is of the field text? No problem. And these are the user agent style sheets, remember that, which means that these are coming from the browser. These are coming from what? browser, user agent style sheet, user agent style sheet, and we didn't apply anything. But our concern is that I want to remove this blue colored outline. There are multiple ways. So here you will set outline none, border 1 px solid orange, and you will see orange kind of this thing. That's what I wanted to show you. But actually that was not the concern with us. What we are understanding presently is focus. What do you mean by colon focus? What do you mean by colon active? So here we have seen colon focus. Now there are other things also, colon checked, colon enabled and disabled, right? Now whenever you say there is a disabled, sorry, disabled, can you see this input box would be disabled? See now, you cannot enter anything into this input box. This is a disabled, and by default this is a enabled. So if input box is disabled, what to do? If input box is disabled, you can still apply some styles by means of colon disabled. Colon what? Disabled. IP colon disabled. So which would be getting selected out of these two? This would be getting selected out of these two. Again, I'm repeating, we are understanding pseudo classes. What do you mean by pseudo classes? Targeting the elements based on their state. We just have seen the state right now. How many states are there? Hover, active, focus, checked, enabled, and disabled. Right?
And like to disable the input box, it's just like attribute we need to.
Yeah. Technically, it is like this.
Value, right?
It is technically it is like this.
That's what I want.
Right? But if it is something, if it is true, you don't need to write it. So this can be written in this way also.
So by saying this, like so that data type is a boolean kind of thing, right? True or false.
Correct.
So what other attributes are having true or false value? Like
yeah, we would be having. We'll see that. There are few date related things are also there. We'll see that time to time. We will see. But if you want to select out of these two, if you want to select this input box, you will do disable. You will write ip colon disabled. Can you see disabled background color? Okay. Background color black. Refresh it. Can you see disabled will automatically become black? From where this style is getting applied? Why this style is getting applied? You have written a pseudo class disabled. Got it? So here I can say pseudo classes. Here I can say pseudo classes active focus and disabled. Active focus, disabled hover. You all understanding this, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's go to the next point. And here I can have PSD hyphen 01 dot or 01 dot HTML and PSD pseudo classes PSD 01 dot CSS HTML5 and here I can say pseudo classes 01 link rel css pst01.css. okay, I have this div over here, first div. So here I can say 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10. Let's create class called as box, width 200 pixel, height 200 pixel, background color #EEE faint gray color, and I can apply the class. I'm selecting multiple things by means of options on the Mac and Alt on the Windows. Multiple cursors can be placed by means of the options on the Mac and the Alt, hold the Alt and place the cursors. So here I can say class is equals to box, then escape to come out of multiple cursors. Now here, and psd1.html, can you see 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Let's give little margin top 8 pixels. Can you see little margin? Or let's change the width, say 50 pixel. Can you see 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, now my next thing is that I want to give background color to the fourth div. I want to give background color to fourth div. Can you tell me how shall I do that? Am I audible? 10 divs are there. Yeah, go ahead.
ID.
Okay, so you mean to say we need to create IDs everywhere. ID, we can say any other. Here we can say something like this: dv1, then ID, dv2, right? ID, dv3, go on creating IDs like this. So you will suggest this solution to me, right? And then you can say dv3 or dv4, just give a background color, different background color. Here you can go and hash dv4, and you can give background color red. Still it will not work. Hash dv4 hash, sorry, it will work. Yeah, can you see fourth one becomes red? So you will suggest me something like this, go on creating ID. Well, presently 10 divs are there, that's why this is feasible solution. Presently there are 10 divs, and that's why it is possible solution. What if you have 200 divs? So this solution is not possible in that case. Okay, one more complexity. So these divs have not been created by you, created by some else other developer. So in that case, what do? So this solution you will find something problematic. Another problem, if you go on adding IDs over here, you are changing the source code, main source code. The website is in the production and you are trying to change which is already working. Not a good idea. So instead, what you can do, you can create your own CSS like this. My css.css. You may import that CSS, link rel CSS. Well, this is the best practice. I'm just showing you my css.css. And now consider that this is the legacy one. Legacy one means this thing is already running on the internet, right? And you are not allowed to touch this file. Also, you are not allowed to touch this file. You are not allowed to put the ID. Second scenario I'm telling you. First, you said that, okay, add the ID or add a different class and do that thing. That is okay. But in that case, you are touching a source code which is already running on the internet. Which is dangerous, right? So instead of that, you may create your own CSS file, and if you can write something into this CSS file which will select the fourth div, that would be really helpful. And it is there. And that thing is nothing but what? Okay, just a minute. Fine. And that thing is nothing but what? Nth child. So here you can go nth colon nth child. We can say fourth child, and let's give background color red. Go here, and can you see still there is a
one question here, like how do you identify that this is the fourth child? If I go with like any website, I'll have like 100 update, right?
Yeah. So for that, you need to do some research. Means you need to go to the inspector, and by means of inspector, can you see there is a $0, and by me there are some scripts. You will get exact number of this, right?
Okay.
You'll get exact number of this, and then you supply that particular number to the nth child. See, this is one of the. Now we have removed this part. This part is running, remember that, and it is coloring it to the red, right? Nth child. Now how to get particular element? There are some scripts. By means of the scripts, you'll get to know what is the number of this element, right? Once you get the body, inside body, how many elements are there, you can do that by means of the script. But presently you don't know the script, right? How to write the JavaScript and the DOM. That's why you might be having little confusion, but no problem. That can be done by means of a little script. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Now see, nth child, a powerful utility given by CSS3. So this is the CSS selector. So whenever you don't attach anything over here, it is the root element. This one. Now here also, can you see here? If you don't write anything, it will start searching in the body. So here you are saying that give me the fourth element, whatever it is, and give a background color red to it, and that's why it is automatically happening the red. See, you didn't change any, you didn't add any ID, you didn't change any code over here, or you didn't change already running CSS. So this CSS and this HTML are in the production right now. They are serving. right? You didn't write anything, or you didn't touch this thing. You created your own, and then you said give me the fourth child. This is the fourth child, and give background color to it. Similarly, there are a lot of other pseudo classes available. Now the pseudo class selects the element that do not match the specified element or whatever given selector. We'll come to this not shortly. But first child, last child, you can do something like this: dot first child, background color yellow, last child, blue, sorry, blue, first child, last child. Okay, now see, first child, last child, it has taken as blue, because this is not the last child. Okay, so this is blue. Can you see, it has given blue color to this div. And also, okay, let's inspect it and see, blue color has been given to, yeah, see what's happening over here. First child, technically you can say it is considering these things as well, and that's why you are getting these colors. This is the first, second, third. Let's make it 3 over here and see. Okay, it's creating confusion. Let's add one thing over here: body. Okay, let's create one container kind of thing, div, and here we can say container, class container, and here we can say dot container and dot container. First child, last child. Just a minute. Are you there? Hello?
Yes.
Just a minute. Can you tell me what is happening here? When you say container colon first child, so you need to specify something like this. Just a minute. Okay. Dot container, inside the container first child is a container itself. Last child is a container itself. So if I add dot box something like this over here, dot box something, then what will happen? Yeah, see, this is what the expected is. Hello?
Yes, so
Are you understanding what is happening? So if I remove this, so here you are saying inside the container, go inside the container and then select first child. And
okay.
that first child
Box
should,
is our class, and then in that one first child we are selecting. So
correct.
okay.
So if you do this thing, container is the first child over here and container is the last child also. And that's why it is technically it is giving blue color also, it is giving blue color, yellow color also and blue color also. But blue is overriding yellow. If you want, if I refresh it and if you inspect it over here, right? Can you see? Can you see strike through line over here? Overridden. Can you see? It is yellow actually. This is what? Yellow. And because of this, so technically you are doing this thing first and then you are doing this thing. So you have a container and inside container it would be considered as a one child only, and that's why this is the first as well as that is the last. So technically it applies first yellow color and after that it overrides that yellow color with the blue color and overrides that with the blue color. And that's why, can you see there is a strike through background color yellow? There is what? Strike through. You can refresh it, and if you untick this and tick this, sorry, you can tick this, it becomes yellow. Technically first yellow is getting applied and that is overridden by blue. So this selector is wrong all the way. This selector is wrong. So one more thing you can do, let's try in with this operator, greater than operator. It's not a greater than actually. Can you see? Still it is working. Can you tell me what do you mean by this operator? We have studied this. If you go in the combinators, can you see child selector? So here you are saying a container is a class over there, a upper class, and inside that give me the first child. So this is the one way. Another way, dot box. This is the lengthier way. Dot box. This is the lengthier way of writing it. A container, inside that, so here you are selecting the element who has a container and inside that there is a box. Can you see? If you go over here, it shows you what it is trying to select. Can you see little snippet over here? Hello? you can see little snippet over here. If I hover the cursor over here, it is showing you little snippet, element container like this. So this can be either written like this, or you can use a combinator over here. The combinator we have seen, child selector. So there is a container called as, there is a container called as, sorry, there is a div called as container. Class is given to div called as container. Give me the first child inside that, or you can do something like this. Just, can you see again, same it is giving you class container colon first child. This is clear or not? First child, last child, nth child. First child, last child, nth child. So here we have seen nth, first. See, different ways I am showing you. So this is the one way. This is another way. This is clear or not?
Yes, yes.
Other members? If you have any confusion? No, I didn't get it. Say it loudly. Yeah, say it loudly. Cleared, right? Okay. So, nth child, there are a lot of. You may refer to the official documentation. You will get lot of pseudo selectors. Lot of pseudo selectors. So here you can go colon. Can you see nth last child? Nth last. See now. Nth type of. Nth last type of. Not. Let us see what is not. What is the not? Now, here I have paragraph. Here, hey, hi, hello. Now I want to select colon not div. Not div. Background color red. I think again. Yeah. Not div. It has selected body also. Not div, comma, not. What do you mean by comma? Colon, not body, not div. So remember that why it is giving you trouble. This is giving you trouble because of this element, this colon. It is selecting from the HTML, right? And let's do something like this, body. Just a minute. So I want to select this P, right? I want to select this P. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
No, just a minute. Not div. Not colon name of the tag element not. Well, it is selecting whole and soul body, not div, because in a not div lot of things come, right? When you say not div, body is also not div. You getting my point?
What was that? Was not div is fine, but other than that, it's taking like body and HTML. What are we doing like to avoid that?
Yeah. Now see what I want to do over here, not this. In a body, not div. Let us see. Yeah, see here. So here you are saying, again, see the selector, how it is created. Inside a body, select all the elements which are not div. In a body, if you remove this thing, it would refer to whole page. Okay, it will refer to what? Whole page. And that's why body also would be red. Can you see that? So here you are saying that go in a body, and inside a body, select all the elements which are.
Basically, we are providing a main HTML tag like body or HTML, whichever word. And then inside that, we are asking them to not to select it. Example, if we have a paragraph, and in that it will have multiple divs,
Huh,
then we can specify that okay, parameter or paragraph, and then not div, so it will apply to that.
correct.
We're giving a container basically that body is container inside that whatever you want to
Correct.
consider.
And that's why whatever problem we have, I have shown you right now. That's why, because you are directly writing content into the body. This is bad. And here comes the introduction of the HTML5. That is called as semantic tags. We are going to see that. So instead of writing all the content into the body, after the body there should be something upper container, which is none other than the body. So we need to introduce, that can be div, that can be div, that can be HTML5 semantic tag. In the earlier cases, it was the div. But after HTML5, that is a semantic tag, we will see. But remember that never write your actual content directly into the body like this. It might create the problem in management and accessing or targeting the elements. There should be one upper container to all this content. Cleared? CSS3, there are other elements also, we will see. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is about today's session. We can see pseudo classes. Pseudo classes. So nth child, first element, last element. Not. You may refer the official documentation. You will get lot of other elements. Okay. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. Rest of the things we will see tomorrow. Yeah, I have pushed the code. I will upload the recording also, but uploading recording takes time. YouTube takes 4 hours to process the 4K recording. Okay. Yeah, please revise the things, and if you get any question, ask me tomorrow.
Sure. Thanks.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. I'm disconnecting.